So I wasn't gonna do a video about Incredibles 2, but then I watched it a second time and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do a video. First of all, spoilers. My finger hurts. That was weird. Second of all, I really liked Incredibles 2. It has good jokes, it has good action sequences. I like all the characters and their relationships, and the story is really tight. All the elements in the second act, like the use of the baby's powers, the other superheroes, the Incredicar, they are all set up really well in the first act without it feeling like you're getting exposition. It just feels like you're watching fun scenes. But I feel like half my videos are just me harping on theme. And yeah, that's what this video is. I'm gonna harp on the theme. So there's this part where Elastigirl is trying to track the supervillain's signal, and the whole time she's running through the streets, you are hearing Screenslaver's villainous monologue. Screenslaver is like, people are too lazy and cowardly to have real experiences. They just sit on the couch, eating snacks, getting fat and complacent while they watch other people on the TV live their lives and solve all the world's problems for them. Brainless consumers never try to change the world. The whole reason people like superheroes is they let them vicariously accomplish things they're too lazy to do in the real world. Yes, Screenslaver, I guess the whole reason I like Incredibles 2 is I'm too lazy to get off the couch and stop a speeding ocean liner with ice I shoot from my hands. I mean, I guess this is a decent outlook for a villain to have, because like, we don't have to agree with them. They're the villain. But the thing is, it feels like Brad Bird kind of agrees with them. I'm just saying Screenslaver's monologue is kind of uncannily similar to that other villain monologue in that other Brad Bird movie, Tomorrowland. Both of them are really mad at people for watching movies. Especially the movie that you were watching right now. Pretend it's 3D like The Incredibles 2. I mean, Tomorrowland was a sci-fi movie about a dystopian future where the bad guy angrily raves about how people watch too many dystopian sci-fi movies. I need water. Incredibles 2 is a superhero movie, and the villain angrily monologues about how people shouldn't watch superhero movies. The villain wants to get rid of superheroes because she says they weaken society by making people passive. And the heroes in Brad Bird movies never make a compelling argument against the villain's beliefs. They don't even really listen to their monologues. These are just for our benefit, I guess. The heroes are always just kind of like, it's wrong to kill people, and that's true. So they have the moral high ground, and then they just break the villain's machine or punch them in the face or something. A movie that wasn't on the villain's side and wanted to round out their theme might have thrown in like at least a single scene to serve as a counterpoint to prove that the villain is wrong. You know that scene in Spider-Man, the best movie of all time, where Spidey and Green Goblin are fighting on the bridge, and then the common people like come up to the railing and they throw rocks at the Green Goblin, and they're like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Do I sound like a New Yorker? Incredibles 2 could have literally just had a scene like that. I wish it was the exact same scene. Just verbatim. They needed a scene where the villain's plan is in some way thwarted by a non-superpowered character putting themselves in harm's way to help. Maybe in the part where the superheroes are all under mind control. Maybe it could even be a civilian character the heroes already saved earlier in the movie, like the senator that Elastigirl saved from the plane crash. Like, she's on the boat, right? Yeah, she signed the thing first. She's on the boat, and like it would have been a nice counterpoint to her fainting when Elastigirl saved her the first time, to see her now being brave. And then since it's a kid's movie and you say your thesis out loud, you could have a character then say, superheroes don't make people lazy, they inspire them to be brave. And everyone on the boat goes, yay! You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Now, they have a moment where the boat is speeding toward the shore. The Incredibles have neutralized the threat of the other superheroes, and now they just have to stop the boat from crashing. Meanwhile, a bunch of inconsequential superheroes and political ambassadors are all below decks, being held in stasis by a hypnotic screen. Our villain, Evelyn, is trying to get away, and she's dragging her brother onto the plane. She's like, come with me, it's for your own good. And her brother Winston, who is an innocent in all this, is like, no, and he jumps off the plane and he runs below decks. He smashes the screen, which breaks breaks everybody out of their trance, and he's like, superheroes, protect the ambassadors. So I think that is supposed to be our scene of a non-superpowered character making a difference, but there is a huge, terrible reason that does not work within this story. Earlier in the movie, they told us the backstory of Evelyn and Winston's family and what happened to their parents. We are told that their dad was a crazy billionaire who loved superheroes, and he was friends with them all, and he had all these special phones in his house that were direct lines to the superheroes, and he loved to show them off at parties. One night, a bunch of burglars broke into their house, and Mom begged Dad to get in their safe room. Yes, they have a safe room. Instead, Dad insists on going to the superhero phones, and no, the superhero phones are not in the safe room. I don't know why. And the superheroes don't arrive, and the dad is standing out in the open, and so the burglars shoot him. And then the mom died of sadness. Ladies do that sometimes. So now let's roll it back and think about Winston jumping off the plane. His sister is urging him to get on the plane, which will take him to safety. He instead runs to the room where the superheroes are. He breaks them out of their trance and gets their attention and asks them for help. If the boat crashed, they would have all died anyway. The superheroes below decks didn't seem to have any kind of plan or applicable power other than like hold on to something. Fortunately, the Incredibles and Frozone managed to turn the boat and then soften the impact enough that it's just like a little bump. So what we have is Winston almost beat for beat repeating his father's fatal mistake of putting himself in unnecessary danger to help no one and go ask a superhero for help.